Well, welcome to the Construction 21 Green Solutions Awards. And who here first was at the World Climate Summit earlier today? I know it was in their program. Oh, show of hands, welcome back to you and you. Everyone else, welcome for a fresh time. And I know before we get started, people have traveled from very long distances to be here, and it's immensely appreciated. Just again, on the spirit of a quick show of hands, from all the way from Japan. Excellent. At the back, China. There's a few. Vietnam. The US. Brazil. Senegal. Algeria. Tanzania. And I hope all you Europeans are very impressed, because there's people here from every single one of those. Okay, then far closer to home, and it's a dense set of logos here. France. Yes. Belgium. This is like, for those who've seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I'm just doing roll call. Spain. Luxembourg. Italy. Have I missed anyone? Who here has come all the way across the Rhine from Bonn? Excellent. Well done. Can we have a round of applause for the last group there, please? Thank you. That's excellent. So, welcome all. Thank you so much for coming. And amazing in terms of the distances everyone's traveled. My name's Peter Boyd. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Time for Good. I'm also senior advisor to Blackstone Energy Services, an energy services company based in Toronto. And I'm executive fellow at Yale University's Center of Business and the Environment. So just before I hand over to all the speakers to come, I just wanted to spend 1 minute saying why I was so excited to be asked to share this evening with you and to help you through the evening. Two things from my past. I helped Richard Branson set up an NGO called the Carbon War Room. It was focused on entrepreneurial solutions to climate change. So how can businesses actually act on climate, even if the governments were going at too slow a pace? And we were formed in 2009 in Copenhagen. And so it's great to see that this industry is all about solutions, irrespective of what happens in the government sector. And having said that, also in my past, I was chair of the Energy Efficiency Deployment Office in the UK's Department of Energy and Climate Change for a couple of years. And again, the respect you have when you're in that seat, looking at the building industry and the construction industry and the architecture, all the architects that surround that, it's an incredibly incredible industry to look at as a way forward in solving climate change. Two from my present, there's obviously Yale and Blackstone Energy. And it's all there we're talking about is real startups actually going out there and solving problems. And again, that's just what I see in the room tonight, just sort of a whole room full of problem solvers. And finally, on Time for Good, I focus on maximizing leaders' time for good and focusing on the big things in life that are actually going to get things done. And again, that's what I see in the room. So really excited to be with you for all those reasons. Just before I hand over, I just wanted to cover a few ground rules for this evening. The first one is the whole thing is being filmed, live video on Twitter. So this is the opposite of the Chatham House rule. You can say about anything that has been said or is shown by anybody. Hashtag green solutions. As soon as you win or your friends win, you can make sure that that's absolutely publicly available. Second, if there are photos that are then going onto the website afterwards, all that you say and do may be taken, taken a photograph. So if you do not want to be published on the website and do not want to be told about how great you are, the world to be told, then do mention it. But I just have to read that one. I can't believe anyone here does not want to be on the website when they've done something so great. Third rule is the winners and the honorable mentions where there are some. If you're first and you won, one speaker. You might all come onto the stage, but one speaker, please, and 2 minutes. So the 1-2 rule. One speaker, 2 minutes. And I will be sort of loitering with intent just to your side if you go over the 2 minutes. And then after you've won, if you could head down the stage straight away and get a photo with the step and repeat on the far side. If in the case when the judges has said that there's a second place and a third place or honorable mention, then you come up to get the diploma and the photo. So again, team is all welcome, but then just diploma and then onto the photo. Probably my most important rule on the whole evening, and we will get through at pace, I think, and get you all sort of off to dinners and whatever else you have to do tonight and celebrate, is to be respectful of each other. I think all of you, and I had the great fortune to speak to a couple of people that are in the audience tonight in terms of what you do all year in order to come here. The heart and soul and the talent of your team members goes into everything that may or may not get an award tonight. Think of that when it's not your section and it's not your award and it's somebody else. They too have done the same sweat and tears to get in and get on stage. So please, please, please be respectful when it's not your category. You weren't the winner. They probably tried just as hard, if not harder than you did. So please be respectful for everybody. And then we'll also get through in good time. And then the last one is a caveat for any mistakes I might make with my Scottish accent on French and German and any other language names. I do apologize in advance, and I'll do my best. So with that, I'd love to hand over, it's my pleasure to hand over to Christian Brodag. He's the president of Construction 21 International. More about the context of the awards and the organization itself. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter, for your dynamic moderation. So 5 years after its birth, Construction 21 has gone a step forward. The International Green Solution Awards that we are going to celebrate today conclude a process, national and international selection. The national and the international juries that were held brought together high-level experts whom I thank here, but we will do again after. They have chosen the excellence of the project and solution for the climate, which are presented this night. But they also gave us an analysis of the evolution of the market, and all this information has been published on Construction 21. From this experience, personally, I will draw 2 lessons. The first point, the construction and the city sector is moving forward all around the world. The climate challenge is being addressed with practical and realistic projects. The question is the ability now to multiply and diffuse these experiences as quickly as possible. The negotiation of the COP23 defines the ambitions and the political framework of the implementation of those policies. But it is still possible today to disseminate the solution that already exists, and we will show them today. Secondly, the partnerships that are needed at all levels. First, at the technical level, operational level, the most technical solutions, for example, smart building that we will see, combines information, connected objects, production and storage of energy. That means partnerships of different technology and promoter of these technologies. There is also for frugal building, we will have a project of this kind, where the local material should be used, connected, and it is also a territorial, a local approach and local partnerships. So everywhere there is partnerships, political, financial, communication, and knowledge exchange, all that make possible the solution and the innovation that we'll present this night. And that is the goal of Construction 21, to respond to these 2 challenges, accelerate the dissemination and facilitate partnership. This is also our way of approaching our own development partnership. That is to say, we are the service of all the partners, all the members of Construction 21, and so we are able to diffuse. And with this partnership, I can say, for example, the READ and the exposition where we are here, and his directress will make a speech just after me. So we have built those partnerships with public authorities and communities, and also with the business. In conclusion, I will share with you in advance 3 objectives that will be discussed tomorrow in the General Assembly of Construction 21 with our member present here. One, the geographical extension of Construction 21 portals in West Africa, for example, with Senegal and Ivory Coast, and some of the representatives of this project are present here. In Brazil, also the same. And we will deepen the relationship with academic community, that's the second point, to have more knowledge diffused on the platform. And we plan the development on a new platform which will take in account our 5 years experience, but also the new developments in IT technology. So you who are present tonight are invited to participate in all those developments. So we are open to partnerships. So now I will give the floor back and we will have the opportunity to discuss after the ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christian. And now I'd like to hand the stage immediately back on to Stephanie Guéterant. She's the CEO of World Efficiency and event partner from Reed Expositions, France.
Thank you, everybody. I would like to thank Christian Brodag and Véronique Pape for choosing on the second time La Galerie by World Efficiency to celebrate the International Green Building Awards. From the first time we met, we have binded by our common motivation to promote green projects and solutions of the visible and invisible markets which respond to real needs. Indeed, cities and citizens we discuss while we organize our event ask for global projects that must be discussed upstream with companies before the tender stage. Cities don't need one-shot solutions, which are just anecdotes inside a project. And your awards are particularly exemplary in valorizing the three interlinked dimensions, building, districts, and infrastructure, which are critical to achieve sustainable cities. Moreover, the second value we share concerns the promotion of relevant innovations, the ones which can be duplicated and that will become tomorrow the new standard. That's why we are partner of these awards, and I wish you all a pleasant ceremony and congratulations to the awardees. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now I'd like to hand over to François Moisin. He's the Executive Director for Strategy, Research and International for ADEME, a key supporter of Construction 21, and we're very happy to have him here. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Well, thank you. I'm very happy to be there for the ceremony of Sustainable Building Awards at international level. You all know that building and construction sector is essential in order to reach the objective of a well below 2 degrees Paris Agreement. Building sector is the most important sector in terms of energy consumption. It's 20% of greenhouse gases emissions, and this justified the launch of the Global Alliance for Building and Construction at COP21 in Paris, one of the initiatives of the coalitions. The challenge of sustainable construction and energy efficient building is a major task to reduce our impact on climate change. Global Alliance for Building and Construction gather governments and organizations such as Construction 21 committed to implement their national determined contribution in the building sectors. Regarding this challenge, public authorities have a specific responsibility, and ADEME, as a public agency, in ADEME we are involved in building regulations, in regulation design and measures for public policies in the building sectors. We are also involved in best practices disseminations, resources centers for professional and empowerment of small companies in the construction sector. We support research and innovation in the building sector, and let's see that some of the industrial partners, we are working with them in order to have innovation on materials and building methods. At the international level, within the Global Alliance for Building and Construction, ADEME is in charge of a specific initiative on low-carbon buildings in tropical and hot climate countries. And I am happy to listen that partners of the first demonstrators who are involved in this initiative in Senegal and Vietnam are present today. That's why we decided to create within this competition a specific category on low-carbon buildings in hot and tropical climates in order to promote methodologies, building materials, and solutions for these countries, and exemplary building. It's a very essential way for this country to commit with low emissions in greenhouse gases emissions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And last, but still very important, few words before we get on to the awards. I'd like to hand over to Veronique Pape. She's the director of Construction 21 International, who's just going to tell us a bit more about the awards themselves and almost the reason you've come here and the platform itself. So over to Veronique.
Thanks, Peter. Because I know everybody perhaps doesn't know exactly what is Construction 21, the winners who are present in this room and the candidates, I know they know, but perhaps not all the other ones. So I would just like to present you this platform, which was born in the brain of Christian Bodag 5 years ago, which is a web platform dedicated to green buildings and green cities with an objective which is accelerate the transition of the sector to green, because we know that many solutions already exist. You are a proof of that tonight. And what is the challenge we have to work for is that we accelerate the dissemination of all this innovation to fight against climate change. So Construction 21 is not one platform, it is 12 platforms. We are located in different countries. Today we are in Europe, essentially, because we were born thanks to a European project. We are also located in Morocco and Algeria and in China from the beginning of this year. So we have a strong Chinese delegation with us today. And we are also intending to cover many countries all over the world, because we think we have a very specific concept which is more both local and global, and which is able to help to disseminate innovation all over the world. So our next objectives are West Africa, as Christian Bodag said, also America, Southern America with Brazil, and Northern America with Canada, and we hope US after that. To tell you about the impact of Construction 21, so in 5 years we have developed our audience and our contents. Just to remind you, all the contents are proposed by professionals. It can be case studies, news, and so on. And we have today achieved a number of 700,000 visits per year and about 2,000 case studies, which can be buildings or solution in buildings, which can be district, or we can be also infrastructure, the more recent one. And these 3 databases are the support or the awards, so the reason why we are all together tonight. So to give you more information about these awards, I can say that it is just an additional motivation to invite innovative professionals to share with the other ones what they imagine, what they've built, what we have done. And this support, these awards are, Alexia, you can go on, please. These awards are a support for a very intense communication all over the world, because we begin in March with the spring, and we are finishing now almost in the winter. So we have many opportunities to communicate. We are using, of course, our platforms, because we have web platforms with a big audience, as you saw before. But we are also using social media as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on. We are also counting on the support of our media partners. Many of them are present here today. And we are also organizing events like this ceremony of today. So what we can say is that all of that is a big challenge, and that we are counting on many partners to do that. We are a very small team because C21 today it is 4 persons in France and with the international coordination. And if we are counting all our colleagues in all of our countries, we are less than 15 people. So it's very small team, but very active one. And we know that we have many very efficient partners who help us to make not the contest all over the world because they think it is useful to disseminate innovation. So you are our media partner. So we had 60 this year, 30 last year. I hope we will have 100 next year. And I will have a special thank for our sponsors. So especially the international one, Eiffage, Parex Group, BNP Real Estate, Rabo Dutillel, and Barisol, and all the other ones who are related to one country or another one, because we are part of them. We shouldn't be able to organize all this very nice initiative. To give you more information about the contest this year, so we had 150 candidates when we closed the application last June, coming from 19 different countries, so obviously mainly coming from the countries where we have platforms in Europe, Northern Africa and China, but also from many other countries in Africa, in America, because anybody can publish a case study in the international platform in English. And I would like to finish my speech by presenting you the jury. We said we had media partners. Many of them are also providing us with experts who are constituting our juries. And these juries, in different steps, first at national level in each country, selected the best projects to say they are our national champions. And in the second step, an international jury selected among the finalists, the national champions, who will be the final winners. So the final winners you will discover tonight. I will not say more for the moment. I can just say that you will also discover via a video. So I wish you a very nice evening, and I am sure you are going to discover very interesting projects. Thank you.